Hi Tribe, and welcome to Tactical Combat System channel. In this video I will discuss again the importance of knowing what type of training to do, what type of techniques you can implement in your training in such a way that you can program your brain that in a real situation has a good response that can increase your chances of surviving. Guys, if you are new to my channel, please check out also my 5 episodes, the mini series Knife Combat for Beginners, to understand better the mentality behind tactical combat system blade fighting. Before to start, I want to say thank you for all of you that you are involved in Tactical Combat System channel, watching my videos, and especially to those students that they are far from me and they are sending me videos with them training and ask me to correct them or give them constructive criticism. Continue like that, even if the face-to-face physical training one-one it's something different, even if I'm not near you to be able to correct you and to see you very good and give you more advices. I will try as much as I can to all of you that you send me messages and videos with you training, to come with different kind of tips to help you in your training, because the most important thing is to train. Yeah. As always, I start with a disclaimer: the trees that I'm using in my videos as a target, they are dead trees. And another disclaimer: Tactical Combat System, the system that I'm teaching, and Tribe 13, the project that I'm so involved in, they are promoting the idea of a protector. Yeah, we are promoting the idea of somebody, of an individual that is training himself and he has some skills in modern combat, in blades, in fire weapons, in tactical medicine, and it's using these skills to protect his life, his family, and the community in which he's living. So guys, it's very, very important that you understand how your brains are functioning, how all the training that you are making, it's basically a programming of your brain that will influence your reaction in a real situation. Yeah. And every time in many videos I'm saying this and I repeat, it's very important to be aware what you are practicing, who you are following, and try to imitate and recreate that techniques, or what kind of dojo, what kind of gym you are going, what kind of techniques you are learning there, and if that techniques can help you, can be not only demonstrated but can be applied in a real situation. And if you will apply that techniques, will help you, will increase your chances of surviving, or they will represent an obstacle. I'm telling you this because it's very important that you reach a stage when you can identify alone what techniques are only part of an art, very beautiful to demonstrate, to engage with your partner in your training, and that's all. And what is going in the reality, what can be applied. That is the most important thing, to be able to identify these things. Otherwise, you will put in your training stuff that is not necessary, and much more, they will represent an obstacle in your training. I am not here to discredit martial arts or these kind of systems that are more part of the art than the reality on the street. I am here only to make you understand and show to you, based on my own experience and my own practice, what are the things that could be applied in a real situation and can increase your chances of surviving, and what no. And I give you the most simple example. Always I am telling you in my videos, and I will repeat also in this video, and I will come with more tips in such a way that you understand this aspect, and your training will become much better. Yeah? You will be able to have in your training techniques, not many techniques, not complicated techniques, but simple, efficient, and you will program your brain to have a response in that moment, increasing your chances of surviving. And one of the things that always I'm telling you, it's about practicing with the blade, with the weapon. I'm talking today about the blades, yeah. Practicing with the knife by standing in one position. So I am having my partner, or I having a fixed target, or I'm practicing in the air, but the only movements that I am making, it's left, right, back, diagonal, only one step, yeah, this kind of things, and moving and stabbing and all these beautiful drills. And also they have their importance, like coordination, but when you don't understand that repeating every day these kind of drills, standing in one place or moving only one step and making thousands of drills with your hands, this is only programming of your brain, and in a real situation he will make the same thing, he will react in the same way. So in a real situation, staying there on the place and even moving one step, two steps laterally, it's not enough, because a knife attack, it's very brutal, it's very aggressive, it's very dynamic. It's not happening only in this place and having only this kind of patterns that you exercise in your training. So following the four main elements of tactical combat system, that is one, awareness. But talking about the training now, awareness you cannot practicing when you are here, for example, in solo training. Awareness you can practice in different kind of exercises with partners, with team, or when you go in the city. I was telling you in the past many kinds of exercises that you can increase your awareness. And then we come to number two, that is how fast you deploy your weapon. Exercising all the time with the knife outside, all the techniques, it's not enough. Until to go there, it's another step, and this is how fast you can deploy your knife. Then third, how fast you can hit, how fast you can strike with the knife. And then four, how precise you can strike. Yeah? If you are following these main elements, four elements, and you put the fifth one, that is meaning all the time being dynamic, to move all the time, yeah, that is the secret to understand if your technique that you want to practice, it will have some efficiency in reality or no. So let's take an example. Let's say that you are seeing a technique in which you are standing on the position here, yeah, and you are striking with this hand. You are making one slash, second slash, again striking, coming again in the lateral, moving only here again, and you are making this kind of drill continuously, but moving left, right, and making slashes and one step, yeah. So if you analyze this technique from the four elements, tactical combat system elements, you will understand that from the start, the technique that you exercise it with the knife outside. Yeah, so you didn't have a deployment and then to make this. You can say, okay, also in tactical combat system, at the beginning when you learn the techniques, when you learn to make the slash with the knife, when you learn to strike with the knife, every time at the beginning you make it step by step. So you can make it when you are at the beginning learning the techniques in this position, but if you are already advanced, if you know already how to slash with the knife, how to strike with the knife, how to deploy your knife, if you are advanced in the system and you still practice like this, making the techniques from here, only from here starting, it's already not respecting the second part, that is how fast, after awareness, how fast I can deploy my weapon. So the deployment of the weapon was not existing there. Okay, there are different situations in which maybe I was having the time because I was aware, I was identifying a potential threat, and already I was preparing myself. Yeah, I was, for example, having a small blade. Yeah, at I was twisting, I was seeing the danger, and already I was preparing in my hand the blade. So then we can discuss about having the blade already outside and only making the technique. Yeah, then it's coming, I am in one position, I am making these slashes, striking, but moving only left right, left right. Yeah, only one step, I'm very close of the target. And here we don't respect the idea of the dynamic of the movement, and this I am not referring dynamic, for me is not referring to making one step. This is not dynamic, this is I'm hitting. I was trying to hit precise because we respect fast, precise. Yeah, I was striking fast, neck, eye, or soft tissue. When I'm talking about this technique, I was striking very fast, and then I was moving, creating distance 2-3 meters between me and the target. Why? Because if you are in a real situation and in your training you have precision in the striking, but not all the time, or even if you have and you think that you are so good with your knife and so precise, in reality things will change. Why? Because all the time the same things that I'm telling you, when you are in a real situation, the adrenaline is rushing in your body, fine motor skills are not functioning at the same level, gross motor skills are the ones that are putting in function, tunnel vision, breathing is increasing, heartbeats are increasing. All these kind of things will influence also your precision of striking with the knife. So if I was in that situation, I was striking with the knife, but let's say that I was trying to hit the eye, but I was not hitting the eye, I was only cutting on the face, or trying to hit the trachea, but I was only slashing a little bit, I don't know, at the shoulder or in the other part, not creating, or even I was slashing at the level of the carotid, let's say. Yeah, that is not a shock strike, because of his adrenaline, because of his rage, because of his because he's in the action in that moment. He will not die like in the movies, he will not fall down if you slash in the neck, or if you are stabbing, or I don't know, but not making a shock strike like in the trachea. Yeah, if you are striking in the trachea, it's biomechanics, is the reaction of the body, he cannot operate anymore. The same with the eye. Yeah, but if I'm striking and I'm not hitting these shock places, these soft places, and also that they are creating shock, means that I was striking and I am remaining there trying to do other things, but in the same time he will do his things. He will also try to grab me and stabbing with a knife. So what is the idea if I will be able to deliver my strikes, but also he's stabbing me and maybe in more vital parts of the body than I was making to him. Yeah, this is the reason why I'm striking fast, precise, and after I'm striking I am creating distance, and that distance, it's 2-3 meters in such a way that I can recalculate my movements, I can apply other kind of tactics, and also my strike, I can see if my strike was hitting and have the effect that I was wanted. Yeah, if I was hitting him when I was doing this, if I was hitting him in the eye, the game is over there, yeah, or in the trachea. But if not, I am still alive and still in the capacity of fighting because I was creating this distance. If not, I was here trying to make other kind of drills that I was repeating years and years, and he will do the same thing. He will stab me and try to kill me. So very important to understand these things. So already this technique that I was showing you was having two bad points. One, it's not having the deployment of the weapon, jumping on this step. Second, it's not having the dynamic, the creating of space between you and the target after you are hitting. So having this in your mind, you will be able to analyze and to know what kind of technique it's better to implement in your training. If I must continue with analyzing this technique, I have here striking, cutting, striking, slashing, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, moving, 1, 2, 3, 4. Too many strikes, too many slashes. I also show you these kind of things in some of my videos, and I tell you again, it's a beginning technique in such a way that you learn to coordinate your body and your hands. But after you advance, you pass this step and you already are feeling okay with your knife. You have a base of techniques, of fundamental. Then you don't make this anymore because you must program your brain to operate close to how it must operate in reality. Yeah? So in reality, this is too much time. Even if you are fast, even if you are doing very fast, I have already a long time that I'm sitting in the same position, and this, it will do the same thing. Okay, if it's not armed and I'm making this technique on him, is something else. But there, yeah, unarmed and you with a knife cutting and stabbing him, you know, you are passing in the other line that is separating the protector from the bad guys. So what I'm trying to make is to understand that as much time that I spend near my target with a weapon and him with a weapon, for me it's very bad, because he can make the same thing. He can strike, he can deliver his techniques. Yeah. So this is the reason why for me, if I have, for example, I must apply the technique, and for example, I was striking, or I was having the time, the space to deploy very fast my knife until he is very close of me. For me, it's only one strike, going back, one strike, going back, one, going back, laterally, and so on. Or two strikes, one, I'm coming very close of him, two, one, two, two, creating space, going back. So these things, very good motricity, coordination of the body, but in reality, fast, create space. And after you will understand these main elements, you will be able to analyze, to screen the techniques that you want to put in your training in such a way that you understand if this it will work or no. If it's putting your life in danger, if you will make this or no. This is very important to understand. And I come back to the main two things. The technique must be efficient and simple, not complex stuff. In reality, gross motor skills will function. Fine motor skills, not at the same random and not at the same level. So simple techniques, efficient techniques, dynamic of the movement, hitting, creating space. And this type of analyzing and screening of different kind of techniques is not applying only to this. It's applying also when you decide what type of blade you choose to carry. If you choose to carry a folding knife, you must understand for the beginning what are the bad points, the weak points of that weapon. You must understand that the time in which you will deploy this folding knife, especially if it's not automatical, it will be more longer. That is requiring fine motor skills, and in a real situation your fingers will not operate in the same manner. That you have it in your trousers, for example, let's say I keep it in my right pocket and I want to deploy it. That is time, long time. Take it from my pocket, open it until the blade is ready to use. Yeah, in the idea that you are a law-abiding citizen and you in your country you are not allowed it with fixed blade, and it's normally you choose the other variant that maybe a folding non-automatical folding knife. In some countries it's legal. Yeah, so you must understand all these things. It's simple in the training to take the folding knife very fast, deploy it, pack, strike the target. But you can do the same thing when you are under pressure, when you have different kind of factors in your training that are influencing your deployment, your striking. Because if not, understand that in a real situation for sure it will be very hard to make it. I'm referring to surprise attacks with something you didn't have the time to identify the threat, so already you are in a situation in which you must very fast deploy your weapon, yeah, under stress factors and with the fear that you have somebody in front of you that is stabbing you, or the civilians, or the family members, I don't know. So these are the things that you must have all the time in the mind. Not the idea that I have what a cool knife I have, what a cool folder, and how beautiful I am making with this folder. Or I have a balisong, a butterfly knife. How nice I am twisting it and how beautiful it's looking in my videos. If you are doing that only for this, it's okay. But if you are choosing that weapon for combat, you must also understand that weapon, the weight, how many edges, how many sharp edges the blade has. It's a pointed blade, it's not a pointed blade, it's automatical, it's not. Where you put on your body your blade, how you exercise, all these are factors that will decide if you will survive in a real situation or no. For example, you look at me and I have the appendix position blade that I can deploy it very easy from this kind of concealed carry. And you want to do what Matei is doing and carrying like this, but you are having 120 kilos and your belly, it's coming like this, and the knife, the belly is staying on the knife, yeah, if you understand. So you must from the beginning be able to understand what is going for you and what is not going for you. Because Matei also, I was also showing you different kind of position to carry your blade. Exactly from this reason, because not for everyone this concealed carry of the blade, or if you take for example the gun the same in the appendix position and you are supraponderal and you have a big belly, the same. This is the reason why you must understand all these elements and try to find the best concealed carry that is suitable for you and it's working for you. Or the idea that I choose to have a folding knife, for example, I have this kind of non-automatical folding knife, but I train from one time, for example, on the week to deploy my weapon from the place where I keep it, to open the blade and maybe strike a simple technique. Sorry, that it will not save your life, that it will not increase your chances of surviving. Because that non-automatical weapon, knife, it's requiring some dexterity, some fine motor skills that already in a real situation will not operate the same. So if you are not at least training under stress factors in a real situation, you will not be able to deploy it in time if you have an immediate threat that is coming towards you. Many students, many people are asking me what is the best technique, what is my technique that I'm choosing to practice. And I was answering also in the past to this, but I receive again and again this kind of question, and maybe you didn't see the video in which I was answering to these questions. My favorite technique, the best technique that I train and I will choose and I recommend it to all. And I repeat again, following the 4 main elements. The best technique, it's how fast I can deploy the weapon, how fast I can strike, how precise I can strike, and how dynamic I am to create as much space as I can between me and my target. This is the most important. So this is meaning deploying the weapon, one strike, precise, fast, creating space. Then another very important idea. If you want to train with the knives, if you like this, to train to utilize the knife as a combat weapon, but you never carry one on the street with you in your daily carry, then I must tell you that practicing, for example, with the knife and doing, for example, this kind of movements, like for example slashing with a knife, in your training will not help you with nothing, because one, you will not carry a knife. So what you can do, you can apply striking methods like picking. Yeah, so for example, I can stab, or this kind of movements in which I am stabbing, yeah, and picking. Why? Because even if I'm not carrying a blade, maybe tomorrow I have the screwdriver, so I can operate the same technique with the screwdriver. Yeah? I can stab with it, I can pick with it, using in such a way that I can create a lot of damage. Yeah, and also I can throw it. Yeah, it's also for throwing, if you know how to throw it. Or maybe I have some scissors, normal scissors. Maybe I am somewhere and on my office I have some scissors and I can take them and make the same thing, picking, stabbing, using the scissors as a weapon to create a lot of damage. So when you are working, when you are making your training, even if you are making with your knife, try to eliminate these kind of movements, or of slashing, for example, because the chances that you find a knife in your daily activities around you are smaller than the chances that you find a pencil, a tactical normal pen, screwdriver, and other objects that they are pointed but they are not slashing. So your technique must be based on these characteristics of different kind of weapons that you find around you. And the concept is very simple. It's the same concept that I was telling you earlier, because you program your brain to learn something that in reality it will not be useful. So by being at home and making with a knife and making this kind of movement of slashing, it's very nice at home. But in reality, if I don't carry a knife and I will have a screwdriver, I already program my brain in such a way that when I have something in my hand to make these kind of motions. And these kind of motions are not doing nothing to the aggressor, because the screwdriver is not slashing. But if I am training with a knife to make picking movements or striking, I'm striking, or up, down, direct, uppercut, these kind of things are working. Yeah, I have the knife, I'm striking, creating very fast distance. I am very close, I catch the target if I'm in a clinch, grabbing and beginning to make at the level of the neck, picking, striking, scooping, penetrating his soft tissues with a screwdriver. So this is the thing that you must practice and train. Learning these kind of things and having, for example, a pencil on my office is the same thing. I was also making this video with improvised weapons, and one of them, it was a pencil, a normal pencil, and if you were seeing it, it's creating a lot of damage. This is penetrating very easy the soft tissues, and not only the soft tissue. So if I have this, I can also stab Yeah, again, making picking, striking at the level of the eye, at the level of the neck, picking without, and a lot of damage. The same if I have a normal pen, it's the same thing. I am striking, stabbing, the same mechanism as before. This pointed thing from the pen was remaining stuck in the target. So these kind of movements are what I need if I'm not carrying a blade, but I'm training. I want to train different kind of techniques with the blade, but because I don't know, I'm a law-abiding citizen, and in my country is not allowing nothing, either fixed blades, I'm giving an example, and either folding knives, then I'm choosing other kind of variants. The tactical pen, for example, the metal pen that can be used to create so much damage and can help you, not as much as a blade, but can increase a little bit your chances of surviving if you know how to use it. And again, if you understand how the brain is functioning and how you program all the time your brain to do different kind of activities, means that also, for example, if I am learning to deploy my knife and also I'm learning to throw it, I was saying also in other videos, and when I deploy my knife all the time, when I deploy my knife all the time, I'm deploying it and I'm with the knife here and I'm striking from here and all my strikes are from here. It's very nice, it's very good. But if I want also to throw it, you must understand that you must change already your position. When I take the knife out, when I'm ready to using my knife, doesn't matter if I'm with the right hand in front or if I am very close and I am in this position, my knife must be in a up high level position. Because if I want to also is coming, I know already, and I was practicing throwing techniques, and it's an immediate threat that I must throw the knife to create the space and the distance to apply other kind of tactics or to evade. Then if I'm here with the knife or here and I must throw it from here to here, again I repeat, I must make this movement, this is time, and also is making him understand from this that I want to throw it. From here, if I am in a fighting stanza, yeah, I'm only twisting my hand and I can throw it, of course, only to create the space and time so I can deploy the other weapon and come to eliminate the target or to evade, yeah. So not from here to here, but from here, if I am also with the knife throwing and only twisting it, throwing the target, then closing the distance and using the other weapon to eliminate the target. So learning simple techniques means that you program your brain to operate different kind of weapons. So if with the knife I'm learning to stab very fast and create distance, the same if I have a screwdriver, I will stab very fast, create a distance, and also I can use it to throw, yeah, for, I don't know, creating an evasion, to be able to evade or making other kind of tactics. So doesn't matter the idea, the techniques that you learn must be the same movements for being able to apply this kind of movements for different kind of tools, yeah. The same if I have a pair of scissors and I'm striking at the level of the neck and I'm creating the space, the same I can use it to throw the scissor, to evade, or I don't know, to apply other kind of tactics. So the principle is the same. Don't force your brain, don't put your brain to learn 10,000 movements for different weapons, for different things, when you can find movements that you can make also for this weapon, also for that weapon, that have the same biomechanic, and the brain, it will be for him more easy to learn these techniques, yeah. Okay, normally this is not a deadly technique, this is not a deadly strike, it will not kill him, but if it's entering in the neck, very complicated. There are many that, you know, are catching these Hollywood movie things and throwing with a knife for 5 meters, 6 meters, 7 meters. It's only movies, yeah. In reality, this target has unpredictable movements, so it will be very hard to strike a place like the eye. It can happen, but very hard. The neck also, it's much easier, but not so easy, yeah. The idea is that learning with your knife different kind of movements. I am here striking, creating distance. This is the idea. Strike fast in this situation because I don't have a knife, I have a screwdriver. I was choosing to strike from down up, creating distance, and then come to throw because I was near him and I was delivering a very powerful strike. And after I was creating the space and then throw with the screwdriver. You can make the same thing if I am with the screwdriver up, but this means that it was not anymore a surprise attack. This was a surprise attack. I have the screwdriver near me, I don't want to fight, and suddenly I catch the attention from the eye, striking at the lower body, throwing with the screwdriver. This already is not anymore this. It's not anymore a surprise attack, but also I can making at the level of the head, making space, striking with the screwdriver. Yeah. Simple here, I'm hiding the blade near my leg. I'm striking at the level of the face, distracting his attention. Fast strike. Then I come with an uppercut. This can come under the thoracic box, diaphragm, entering, penetrating the heart, yeah. So I'm here hiding, striking, coming with the screwdriver, creating space, throw the screwdriver. Again, I repeat, in the situation in which I want to evade very fast, yeah. This, with the throwing of the screwdriver, can be another target, yeah. I make it together, but can be, for example, I have this one here, I am making this movement, then I create distance, and somebody is coming with a baseball bat or I don't know what, and I'm throwing again to create the space and the distance so I can evade, yeah. When you see that I'm throwing and I'm turning my back, because I'm imitating evasion, yeah. It's my scenario, so I imitate that I am already running away, yeah. It's not that I'm throwing and then I'm making this and remain there. This is only the idea that I want to run very fast, yeah. So again, here. So it doesn't matter what you have. All the objects that you have in your hand can be a tool of striking or of throwing, and they can have the same characteristics of real blades, yeah. Okay, not slashing, I repeat. If we are coming back to the discussion of the law, and if your laws are permitting you to carry a fixed blade or a folding knife, then it's normally very important to understand that carrying this in a country where fixed blades are illegal, if you will use it, or this push dagger that is on the belt, it will cost you your freedom, yeah, in the majority of the cases if you also use it. But also if you are catch with it, you will have a criminal record in some of the countries, yeah. But if I am carrying a screwdriver, it's a screwdriver, yeah. So it's a screwdriver. I can be an electrician, I can be I don't know what, I can have it in my trousers, a simple screwdriver. So even if I am using this screwdriver, it's in front of the judge, it will not be the same when they will find this big fixed blade that is designed for combat at me, put it in a place for fast deployment, than a screwdriver. The same if I have a fixed blade, but I choose, for example, to have a multifunctional with me, a multi-tool. This is from Leatherman. It's the skeletal. It's a small one. Basically, it's a multi-tool, but also has a very sharp and very good blade. Yeah. So, if I will have this at me. It's a multi-tool. It's a difference. It's not created for combat, but has parts of it. For example, I can use it for impact. It's metal. I can use it for many things, striking, but also has the knife exactly here, and it can be open. Okay, not very fast, not like a fixed blade, but it can help me. And also in front of the law, it was a multi-tool, not a knife designed for combat. This you must understand, and all the time try to find different kind of options when you don't have one. Of course, I remaining to the most important idea. The most important weapon is the fire weapon. So if your laws in your country are permitting you to carry and to bear arms, please train and have fire weapons. The most important weapon, the most efficient. Yeah. Then all the others are variants in the case that you don't have this kind of right to bear arms in your country. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoy the content that I'm creating and sharing with you. Don't forget, if you have other ideas about other topics that you want me to make videos about it, let it in the section below. If you are interested in Tribe 13, check the link in the description of the video, and until next time, please take care.